Lay me low, lay me low, lay me low, where no one can see me, where no one can find me, where no one can hurt me. Show me.
Andrew Griffen Alston was a local Corowa boy standing at 6 feet 3 inches tall. His occupation calling was a farmer, as many people were back in the early 1900s, especially in a rural town like Corowa. When Andrew decided to enlist in the Australian Army, he was at the young age of 20 years and 3 months. Due to the fact he is still a young boy, his reason for enlistment may point to peer pressure and propaganda, which I will get further into. Why would Andrew enlist to participate in the Great War? A massive factor that could have taken part in Andrew's decision to enlist for World War I is the intense biased propaganda advertised all around Australia. These posters and advertisements attempt to put down Australian men who do not want to enlist to fight in World War I. These biased posters say things such as, "It is nice in the surf, but what about the men in the trenches? Go and help." Or, "Would you stand by while a bushfire raged?" Some newspaper articles take quotes from Australian soldiers who fought in the war. These quotes are twisted to make war seem like a heroic, brave feat, and if you are not to participate, you are missing out on a great opportunity. Such as this quote from an article published around Andrew's time. "The Australians are marvels. We were running through the bullets, joking all the time. It is a great pity there are not a few thousand more here, and the war should soon be over." These biased posters and articles may have brainwashed Andrew into joining the war. The 37th. Andrew was enlisted to join into the 37th Australian Infantry Battalion as part of the 10th Brigade of the 3rd Australian Division, with other troops drawn from Melbourne, North East Victoria and Gippsland. The 37th Battalion played a strong part in raiding German trenches, with a strong number of 400 troops to form a special raiding battalion, which was quickly disbanded. Battles fought by the 37th Battalion: Battle of Messines, Battle of Broadside Ridge, First Battle of Passchendaele, German Spring Offensive, and the Battle of Amiens, the horrific Battle of Passchendaele. Unfortunately for Andrew, the 37th Battalion took part in one of the most horrific and terrifying battles in World War I. Passchendaele was not like the heroic posters Andrew had been exposed to. Instead, it was a truly disgusting massacre for anyone who participated. It was full of hours of artillery bombardment, days of bullet showers, and thousands of deaths. The combination of destroyed land from artillery and heavy rain caused the battleground to turn into a deadly swampy marsh. Men were drowning in deep puddles of water while others were getting sprayed down by machine gunners. The whole battle was a vicious game of rock, paper, scissors, with every type of infantry getting countered by another with zero remorse. This relentless battle was undoubtedly would have made Andrew's vision of war from being a heroic and fun act transform into a nightmarish hell that no one would want to take part in. The Battle of Messines. The Battle of Messines was a much less traumatic experience than Passchendaele. Although it was still a horrific act of war, it was nowhere near the level of evil as Passchendaele was. This battle was very successful for the British troops. They attacked the Messines white-shaped bridge, which was strongly held by Germans on the Western Front since late 1914. With a very well thought out and in-depth plan of attack, our troops prevailed on top. The initial assault was launched by a detonation of 19 mines under the front line of German soldiers. This attack resulted in a total of 10,000 initial German casualties. The Battle of Messines is a great example for a well thought out plan with great execution. Andrew's death. Andrew's death on his transcriptions is not very specific. The files say that after proceeding overseas to Southampton, he was killed in action in a field on the 31st of January, 1917. In conclusion, Andrew's experience in war would have taken him by surprise undoubtedly. The posters he saw made him feel like war was something a true man would take part in and give you the opportunity to make brave and heroic decisions. The articles he read didn't make the battlefield sound like a nightmare. Instead, it made it sound like it was a fun, tactical game of paintball. Instead, Andrew was introduced to the cold, remorseless act known as war, surrounded by bodies while getting showered with bullets, grenades, and God knows what else.
When the bitterness taunts me, when the emptiness eats me, lay me low, lay me low, lay me low, where no one can see me, where no one can find me, where